Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Yes, look, I've gone to the dark side. I have. As much as I've enjoyed acing those little turds, the little light turds in the game, I've had fun playing the British lights and the German lights. They all look like little potatoes. I've decided to take my Russian light out for a spin. Because why not have a tank that's a little bit faster and has a little bit better camo and better shell velocity and higher alpha, right? And armor. Why not try one of those? I've aced all the little turds. I think I've aced this thing too. I really like this thing. But it's harder to ace because people do better in it. But I'm going to show you this game because this was a well-fought battle. And I'm just chilling here having my morning cup of coffee. I'm away from my home recording this. I brought my computer, so like a laptop, so I can... the replay's already recorded, but I'm doing the commentary away from home. It's visiting the mom and dad, and they've interrupted me already 4 times, so I'm having trouble getting in the groove. Now take that! Now why not do 181 damage instead of bouncing? Yeah, it's funny. My dad still has... You remember they moved a while back? They moved, and we purged a whole bunch of crap that was in the garage, and I thought I had thrown away the broken answering machine. I thought I threw that away, but he salvaged it. He rummaged through the garbage and found it. Like, he'd been saving it for about 7 years, because it broke in, I don't know, 2002 or so, and then he saved it they'd never replied. I'd left them messages and they never replied for like 8 months. Finally, when I caught them, I said, "How come you never reply to your messages?" And my dad told me the answering machine's broken. Maybe we could fix it. What? You can't fix an answering machine unless like you're an engineer from the 1960s. You can't fix those things. You could buy a new one at Walmart for $12, and he didn't want to buy a new one. And so they didn't have an answering machine for a long time. But since years went by, and eventually I signed them up so they have the, what is it called? With their cable company, they have like a cable and phone and internet and everything. And now they have a messaging service, right? So I thought the answering machine was gone. It was in the garage for a decade, and we finally threw it out. But he salvaged it. He's asking me to fix it or get a new one. But you've got the answering service now. And it doesn't... Although he does get his messages, he doesn't like it. Because he doesn't know how it works. And it was a shit show. I'm trying to explain it to him. You don't need the answering machine. Because now you have messaging service. You just have to press 0 on your phone or pound or something. And then the woman comes on and goes, "You have 3 new messages," right? And then you press 7 and you can hear them. And he says, "Yeah, I don't understand. How the hell does this lady have my messages? I want it to be on my answering machine, and then I know they're on my answering machine, they're my messages. But the answering machine's broken. This is the same thing." But I don't want my messages I don't want this woman to have my messages. I want them to be on the answering machine. And I explained to him, it's not really a woman. It's a digital voice. Right? And I'm trying to explain how it works, that it's still... Although he has a point, right? His messages are somewhere stored, and this woman is telling him he has 3. And I'm trying to explain it, how it works on the cyber space and stuff. And then from the other room, my mother's, she's only heard a quarter of the conversation, and you hear her in the background. "You don't need the answering machine. They're on the internet now," right? "Your messages are on the internet." And my dad... says, "Well, what? I don't want my messages to be on the internet. I don't want everyone to hear my messages." They don't. They need your password and your PIN and all that, the setup and stuff, which he can't remember, and it's just... But the long story short, I actually took apart this answering machine. It's really simple. You open them up, and it's just there's a couple of transistors there and a few wires, and one of the wires was a little loose, and I hooked up the wire, and it works. I fixed it. I fixed the answering machine, but I haven't told him. Because if I tell him I fixed the answering machine, he's going to want to get the messages on this answering machine. And And then what's going to happen? Do you have to turn off messaging service? Like the phone won't just click onto the answering machine now because they've got it's automatically done on the internet, right? And where's he going to get those little tapes to store the messages on, right? They don't sell them anymore. It's not even a digital answering machine, but he salvaged it. The little bugger, when we were done moving and stuff, I think he went out, said he was going to go get coffee or something, and he was gone for 40 minutes. And he drove back to the old place and rummaged through the garbage to see what I threw out. And there were two things he wanted to salvage. The answer machine, he found that, and he brought it back. And the love seat that doesn't fit in their apartment. But he couldn't, he gave it to a neighbor with the intent that when we figure out how to fit it, we'll come back and get it. But it doesn't fit because they had a couch and a love seat and 2 chairs and a coffee table, and now they don't. Now they have a couch and 2 chairs. The love seat does, because they downsized, right? Every time I see my mom, though, that's what she says. I really wish I had my love seat. Why? It was a nice love seat. You're sitting on the couch and I'm sitting on the chair. There's a coffee table, the TV. We all fit. I had a choice. I didn't have to sit on the couch. I could have sat on the love seat if I wanted to. Well, where do you want? We could put the love seat out on the balcony. It's just, you have to just accept the fact that they are going through changes, and they see things that they owned and had and counted on, like their answering machine, has disappeared from their life. And now there's some woman on the internet saying, you have 3 new messages. To hear your new messages, please press 1. To skip to a new message, press 2. To change your options, press pound. Right? They don't know what the fuck is going on. Who is this woman, and why the fuck does she speak so like a moron? That's all they know. And the fact that when my mom sits on the couch, she wishes she was on the love seat. She never sat on the love seat. Who sits on a love seat? Nobody buys a love seat anymore. What is a love seat anyway? Why do they call it a love seat? And we had this conversation. Well, because a couple can sit on them. How many couples do you see in their house? They have a couch and a love seat and 2 chairs and a coffee table. Oh, let's go watch some TV. And they both cuddle on the love seat. Nobody. They sit on the couch and the guy says, get me a beer. Why does the TV have to be on a 45 fucking degree angle? Nobody sits at the love seat. And, the guy goes and moves it. Because that's what people used to do. They put the TV in the corner and then they have a couch and a love seat. So from the couch, from both spots, you're watching the TV at a 45 degree angle. Put the fucking TV right in front of the couch, because you're going to sit on the couch and you can look at it straight on. No, we want to have a love seat. So we'll put the TV in the corner, and then when you're sitting on the love seat, you can't see it straight on. When you're sitting on the couch, you can't see it. The only way you can see it straight on is if you sit in the middle of the fucking room on the coffee table. But at least the internet didn't have my messages. So this is what I'm going through. A nice relaxing visit that I'm having. And I thought I'd do a commentary, while I'm here. And that's the other thing. I start after the conversation about the love seat and the coffee table and the answering machine, I'm speaking into a microphone and looking at the screen. There's this, stupid game. These little tanks running around, and so someone shows up behind you and goes, "What are you doing?" And I have to stop. I'm trying to do a commentary, and I have to press the stop button because now you're talking to me. But why are you talking? This stupid stuff. Who's going to listen to that? People are going to listen to it. The community, the Clausians, the Kellermans, Kellerman Clausian community, where people enjoy. We share time together. And my dad doesn't believe it. He just goes, come on. Are you kidding? Nobody wants to listen. That's ridiculous. Why don't you get a job? This is my job. This is what I do. Well, you're wasting your time. Who does this? People do this. Why don't you do something useful, like fix my answering machine? So now what do I tell them? I fixed the answering machine, but you can't use it because I've signed you up for messaging service. And the lady on the internet will collect your message. It'll click over to her before it clicks onto the, unless I do some sort of fancy, what do I have to go in there and find the fiber optic cable that connects the phone and splice it or something? The old technology and the new technology is not compatible, is what I have to explain to him. But he's not going to figure it out. They just, because they still make coffee in the old macchinette. They have the new ones now. And they're right, you know. Old people are right. My parents are right. They go to the store and they're bombarded, especially around the holiday time. Now they're walking down the aisle and there's these stupid coffee machines that use the one coffee pouch plastic. You put a little plastic thing. It looks like, you know, you used to get the cream, one cream. You put a little plastic thing in there and you push a button. It goes, and it makes 1 cup of your favorite coffee that comes in a plastic pouch. What? And then after you make 20 coffees, you've got 20 plastic things you have to throw out, and you have to go buy a box of 30. That's your, and the machine. It's nuts. It's not only is it bad for the world or the environment or something, it's ridiculous. So they still have the little macchinette, and they get the espresso, and they grind it till it's really fine, meticulously ground, so every molecule is so fine that it'll expose itself to the water and transmit most flavor into the macchinette, that the hot water comes up and through the top and goes through the coffee once and collects at the top, and they make 1 cup. And it takes 2 heaping spoons of espresso. And that's how it works. Fucking plastic cup things, put them in, insert pouch here, pull down levers, select brew type, push this button if you want cream added, and it has a little spout that connects to a thing you're supposed to clean. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, the world is changing. Everything's changing for them, and but they're clinging on to the old stuff. And that's good. I think that's good. That's just like, it has nothing to do with what you're seeing on the screen. I was going to try and make a kind of a, you know, like, there's the German turds and the British turd tanks, and then you got to go back to and try and make it somehow relate, or so that what you would be watching would be related to my story or somehow make sense, right? But I can't make any freaking... Does it make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. It's just a dumb game, and what was I thinking? I don't know. It's because when I do videos, there's tanks in the videos. So when I'm talking to you about other shit, you get to watch the tanks as well. It's not related at all. It has nothing to do with the answering machine or the coffee maker or anything. Although I am having coffee now, which is made in a 27-year-old Italian macchinette, and it tastes fantastic. Oh yeah, yeah. Now that's coffee. Never mind you could buy a coffee maker now at like in the candy aisle of Walmart, that you need little plastic inserts. Screw that. And speaking of being screwed, yeah, how about that? Take that. Is this video almost over? I need your help, guys. I need your help. What do I tell them? What do I tell them? Do I just get rid of the answering machine? You know, I'll tell them I lost it. I can't find it. You're gonna have to live without it now. Where'd you lose it? I went outside and it's gone. You know, do I tell them something like that, or do I? Well, hopefully they forget. Do I throw it out, or do I just explain it to them that even though their messages are on the internet, you know, no one's going to hear them other than them, and no one will steal their identity? But I mean, I could be wrong. It could happen, right? It could be on the news next week. Everyone who used answering service through your cable provider has had their messages stolen. The cable provider apologizes for any inconvenience this may cause, but fuck you, they've all been stolen. You know, that could happen, right? And you get compensated? No. You just get told all your private messages and all your information has been stolen. There's a database in Russia now that has all your information, and they're going to use it against you one day before you die to steal everything that you own. Like, who knows, right? They could be right. is what I'm saying. So I'll have to figure out how to get this. What the hell is this stupid TD up there doing? I don't even know what's going on. Not great. No ace. You know, it's because it's you got to play better to ace the Russian ones. The British turds and the German turds, easy to ace. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm confused. I'm distracted. This freaking answering machine, what do I do with it? Leave it in the comments, guys. Let me know what I should do. Like, how do I get myself out of this predicament? I need your help, is what I'm saying. Just leave me comments and nothing. I'm not going to read the comments about the game. I want help. What do I do with the answering machine?